I've jumped out of planes, I've done skydives, I've done all kinds, and now I'm at the point where I've, I think it's since I've done a will. And
What if everyone on this document is dead?
Yeah. My mum just pops her head around the corner going, oh, but we made it. How are you enjoying the podcast world?
I love it. And the thing I really love about it is that you can do it at home in your pants without any cameras on you, right?
you used to be.
You used to. This is the thing. I mean, it's funny, isn't it? Because when I started doing it, we started our podcast in 2019. It was me and James Holland, and basically the idea is James he's a historian. He writes history books about the Second World War, but we're pals. So every time he came to town.
And you are mad. For people who don't know, you are mad passionate about.
I'm really interested in it. I'm fascinated by it. It's just so interesting, and it's
I love war films.
Do you?
Bang into me war films.
Did you watch Masters of the Air? Did you watch that yet? The thing on Apple.
We started that.
So I'll tell you one thing
With
about
Elvis
that.
in it.
Yeah,
So,
I love him though.
I
But
thought it was great, but I thought Austin Butler, that's his name.
Yeah.
He was far too good looking for it.
It was a distraction, wasn't
He
it?
was
Distraction.
unbelievably distracted.
Yeah.
Honestly, I swear to God, I thought if I finish this whole series, I'm going to be gay by the end of
He's
this.
also the
lush.
reason I managed to persuade my wife to watch a thing with Messerschmitts and B-17s and, pa, 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 pa. Yeah, it's Elvis doing it. It's fine.
It's unbelievable.
no, we need. Do you know what? And actually, sometimes if it's the wrong time in our life, if we're too busy, something can pass us by. So we will give it another try. I just recently, for the first time ever, and I don't know how it passes by, I just watched Hacksaw Ridge.
Oh, yeah.
Oh. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Really enjoyed it.
That's really
you're
good.
going to watch it. That's a good
I'm
one.
going to watch it
Yeah,
apparently
well,
now.
but yeah. So what would happen is James would say to me, "I'm in town today, seeing my publisher. Do you want to go to the pub afterwards and talk about the war?" And you're like, "Yeah,
Yeah.
So and we did that several times.
It's like a child inviting
I know,
someone.
it's completely. We'd sit in a pub in Soho, pints on, and we'd talk about D-Day or whatever, right?
Yeah.
And the thing is once you've found someone who's interested in the same thing as you, I mean, this is probably what being a pervert's like. Once you've found someone who's interested in the same thing as you, right? You stick to them like glue.
Yeah.
Right. You really and so when in 2019, the guy who sort of put us together, he's really into the history and went on Spitfire or whatever, and there wasn't a Second World War podcast. So we thought, well, James Holland, he's got 3 books in the bestseller list, so I'll ask him. Yeah. So he rang Jim and said, who do you want to do this with? And he said me. He said, Al. So we started doing it, but then it was like everybody in podcasts. It was a pandemic. They shut the theatres. I got nothing else to do.
Yeah.
Literally nothing else to do. So we really got into it. And what I really love about it more than anything else is we can do whatever we like. And when we started doing it, it reminded me of when I started out as a stand-up, where the only obstacle is the audience, right?
Yeah.
Every now and again a promoter go, well, I don't really like your sort of thing, or we prefer, but that doesn't matter. It's you and the audience.
Yeah.
And if they dig you, then you're in business, right?
It's beautiful.
We can do what we want, and we can we got a YouTube channel now, and we've been going. We call Walking the Ground, where we go to battlefields and we walk around and also get pissed in the evening. So basically, I go on holiday with my best mate.
I love that.
We walk around all these historic sites, talk about the history, and then the evening go on the lash.
That's so. Do you know what though? Do what you love.
Yeah.
Do what? Why the hell not?
Talk about staying in your lane. If your lane's that good, why leave your lane?
Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But it's been really, really great to do. And the really fantastic thing has been one of the strands we started developing was this thing where people just send in their family stories.
Can I just say, sorry, the podcast is called We Have Ways of Making You Talk, just because sometimes if I'm listening to people talk about podcasts and I'm like, say the name of it, I'm searching for it. It's called We Have Ways of Making You Talk.
That's right. It's We Have Ways of Making You Talk. But basically, everyone, one way or another, their family, because the thing about the war is it involved you whether you liked it or not, right? So everyone has got somewhere in their past, they got a family story. And so we developed a thing where people send them in, right? And because my family, my mum's father was killed before she ever met him, fighting outside Dunkirk. So she grew up with the shadow over her family. And then my dad's dad was like in the black propaganda. So it was involved in sort of secret stuff, right?
Right.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's not quite as interesting as you might hope when you look into it,
Right.
because there's a lot of paperwork by the sound of it.
Right.
But basically, rather than wearing disguises and skullduggery.
Yeah.
But the point is so
A lot more admin than James Bond.
a lot more admin
Right,
than James
got
Bond,
you.
James Bond and meetings as well. I think he went to a lot of meetings. But basically, James Bond doesn't go to meetings, does he?
No.
He's not sat around a table with people.
They definitely cut them out of the movies. Doesn't make the edit.
But HR think you can't do this. But basically, sorry, 007. Have you slept with one of the contacts again? You're not allowed to do that.
We've actually had a complaint from one of the contacts. You are very handsy, 007. You are very handsy indeed.
But basically, and we've had all these people sending in the stories, and it's been absolutely amazing. And there'll be things people have found in a strongbox in their loft, or it's a thing their nana always talked about, and I
love shit like that.
and we've gathered it, and it's really accumulated, and the thing is a lot of the way history gets taught is a long time ago. It doesn't get personalised. It's not about the people, and especially miniatures. It's like arrows on maps. They're here, they're there.
Yeah.
But when you start colouring the people in, like a friend of mine, she goes, "Oh, I don't know if you're interested in this. Found my grandpa's logbook, right? And he was a pilot. He was in the Royal Air Force, and he was a pilot. And she's got his logbook, so it's a record of every single time he flew an aeroplane, all the way through his training, and then into the Air Force, and then what happened to him. So in early 1944, he was out flying over the North Atlantic, and he had engine failure, and they went into the sea. He ditched in the sea, and they're in a dinghy, and they were picked up 3 days later, right? The story, the drama of the story. So his commanding officer writes to his family, going, "I'm afraid Bob's gone down, and chances are he's probably not coming back, right? But we're still looking for him. Don't worry, right?" And then another letter from the same guy 2 days later, going, "We found him," like that, right?
Wow.
And then the crew that spotted him, they were then shot down 3 weeks later and lost. And all it's got in his logbook was engine failure, ditched, rescued 3 days later. That's it.
Wow.
And you're like,
wow.
Whoa, you got this under control.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Yeah, and then in Burma the following year, shot down in jungle, rescued 4 days later.
What happened in those 4 days?
Well, that's it. That's the question, isn't it? Right?
So interesting.
And we're accumulating all this stuff,
amazing.
and it's super cool, and it's because it's more than, do you like Spitfires? It's more than that. There's much more to it than that. It's the people.
Yeah, I've just remember you texted me recently asking if I wanted to fly in a Spitfire.
Yeah.
Can you remember?
yeah.
You were mortified by my answer.
Yeah, you said no, didn't you? You said no. I'm not. Don't really fancy it. I don't like.
That might have
flying.
been me, Was that me?
I was too scared.
Yeah. You were too scared. You were too scared,
I
weren't
was
you?
far too scared.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wish I had my phone on us.
But you never
literally
used to be scared. You've jumped out of planes.
I've jumped out of planes. I've done skydives. I've done all kinds. And now I'm at the point where I've, I think it's since I've done a will. And I've. Do you know what I mean?
Since you got life insurance, basically.
Yeah. I don't want her to profit in any way from my death. Right? I want her to go first so I get the money. No, I remember I was like, Alma, we just asked if I want to fly in a Spitfire. I was like, sorry, do I want to hurtle through the air in an antique? Do I fuck? And you were like, I felt so bad because I was like, Rosie,
You can talk him into it today if you want.
I was like, Rosie, he's genuinely flabbergasted that I don't want to do this. Flabbergasted.
I couldn't believe it. I've got to say, I couldn't believe it. It's basically this. It's these guys I know, and they've got one, and they wanted to draw some attention.
Right,
to
okay, that's what it was. It was the way he said these guys I know. It was like I was buying drugs off someone. Oh, he's a mate. He's all right. He's fine. He's going to come round in a red Corsair. You'll know he's waiting for you. It's all a bit weird.
You'd have had a wonderful time. Trust me. But
I would have.
If it's not for you.
I'm too scared now. Honestly, I was just saying, sometimes we consider doing a U2 and travelling on different trains and different planes. You know
Really?
that? We do, don't we? Because we don't want to both Peter Parker.
Because we work together a lot. We travel a lot.
Yeah.
I'm like, since we did the will,
thank
and
you.
they say, right, what if you both die? What's happening with this? What if you are with one child and you die? And it's like, it makes you really think about death.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I mean, I did one not so recently, and
a will.
Yeah, and it's made me think I want to get in a Spitfire and crash it. Everyone's better off if I die in an accident.
Well, they
Let's
do
put it
that one
way.
at the end, though. They do the will and they go on if you die, blah, 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 your partner. And then they go, just wondering, what if absolutely all of you
All
die?
of
Oh,
you
that's
die.
the
What
most
do we do there?
amazing.
You go,
That's
that's
the
great.
most amazing conversation, isn't it?
Yeah.
What if everyone on this document is dead?
Yeah.
don't
My
make
mum
it-
just pops her head around the corner going, oh, that'll be made it.
Oh, that'll be Sandra.
We're in the money.
That'll be Sandra. You know what it is? I'm going to leave you out just in case. I'm going to always make sure there's a fucking gigantic tax bill looming just in case.
Just give me dad that.
Just so she's going to deal with that.
What I was going to say, when you're talking about war things and things, I'm really fascinated by the war. When I was younger at primary school, I felt like the coolest kid for about a week. We were learning about World War II.
Yeah.
And my granddad had his gas mask from the war.
Amazing.
So I took that in and like I had to get up in assembly
Amazing.
and everyone passed it round and it was just
they
just
send
really
you from
cool.
class to class with
Just
it?
From class to class, I had to go around and show
Brilliant.
everyone
imagine you.
this
So
gas,
all
the
the
real
children-
gas when because he was 11, I think.
Yeah.
During World War II, my
Yeah,
granddad.
yeah.
And he kept his gas mask. It
So
was so
everyone at
interesting.
school was exposed to asbestos in that.
Basically, we all had it on.
put
We
it on.
literally all had it on. We were just like, "What? This is really cool."
Nowadays they're like, whatever you do,
No, no,
Really?
it's got asbestos.
There was
Oh,
asbestos
really?
in them.
in the filter.
Shit.
Yeah.
In the filter.
Shit.
So hold on. So there was
We all had
worse.
it on.
There was worse in the filter than there was
Well, no, I
in
mean,
the air.
the asbestos will kill you eventually. If you'd been gassed, you'd check out then and there. So that's how
The
that's what they
asbestos
made
will
it out
get
of,
you.
right?
Pick your poison, literally.
Yeah.
But I wore it around the house and everything. Was it that bad?
Hey, looks
Okay.
like that life insurance is coming my way.
The one thing you aren't covered for. Asbestos.
Oh, they'll listen to this. We'll not be covered for that. I'll get nothing.
I know. Right, what else we got going on?
Pre-existing.
Babadoo, 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 ba.
You've written many books about the war.
Well, I've written 3 now, or 2.5, because the last one was a collaboration with James. But yeah,
Right.
so I've written 3 now.
That
and-
one being Victory 45, the end of the war
Yeah.
in 8 surrenders.
Yeah, so because it's 85, it is 80 years since the end of the Second World War, and what we wanted to do is like mark because it's quite interesting. It doesn't just stop, and there's all these different moments where different surrenders get signed.
Mm-hmm.
So there's six in Europe, and then there's 2 in Japan, and we wanted to use those as a peg to hang different stories on. So so for instance, the one in Italy, which is the first one that where the Germans give it up.
Mm-hmm.
There's 2 blokes German guys, one called Ernst Kaltenbrunner and Karl Wolf, who are 2 guys in the SS, right? And they're basically they're as high as you can get below Himmler, who's in charge of the SS, right? And they're basically fighting like rats in a sack. They're going to see the Allies in secret in Switzerland and going, I can do you a deal, because they know that when the war ends, they're going to the gallows, right? They know they're going to
they're
end
going
up
to get killed, yeah.
Yeah, they're going to end up, with some rough justice coming their way, right? And basically, these 2 guys are vying with one another. One of them's got all the art from the Uffizi Gallery, all the Renaissance art in most important collection in Italy, right? Basically hidden in a shed,
Right.
And he's going to use that as his bargaining chip.
Right,
And then
okay.
the other one is running a massive forgery network and is producing millions of dollars and millions of pounds out of another shed, right?
know this.
And they're vying like to survive, right? And at the
Yeah.
end of after the war, one of them goes to the gallows, and the other one lives a long and happy life, right? And so there's that stuff going on,
Right.
as well as trying to get people to sign the surrender.
Yeah.
There's that going on in the background. It's really interesting.
So here's
Oh.
you're going to ask the same one as me. Say the country after 3. 1,
What?
2.
No,
Are
mine's
you
not
not?
a country.
Oh, I thought you were going
Mine's
to ask the
not
same
about a
thing.
country. No.
Oh, that
Mine's
could have been
not about
so
country.
nice. That could have been so nice.
Do you think Hitler actually died?
Oh yeah, you bet. Yeah,
Fully? Okay.
yeah, he blew his brains out. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was going to say, is it true that loads of them fled
Yeah.
Argentina?
Yeah, plenty went to Argentina and Chile. And the other thing is, you used to be able to look them up in the phone book.
Because
As a
they
result.
reckon
So
that
interesting.
there's literally villages in Argentina where everyone's like blonde-haired, blue eyes.
Well, I think I don't know about that, but there certainly were a lot of people who went there, and then in Chile they would help. So the Pinochet government had a load of Nazis working with them, helping out when they were being really oppressive. So it's kind of like, there's this lineage of stuff post-war. Because one of the points we tried to make in the book, it doesn't just end.
Yeah.
So it doesn't just stop. You know, you
Still loads of
Like anyone who's watched the end of Band of Brothers.
Yeah,
And then you
exactly.
Go, what?
Exactly.
Where are they going?
yeah,
The Pacific?
They've got to go to the Pacific. Yeah.
What's
yeah.
there's right? Okay, before we get on to the please keep me anonymous. What's your favourite war film or
There we go.
series or whatever?
Oh God, you've done this to me. I really the film I really love, and I ended up writing a book about the thing it's about. So the book before Victory 45 I wrote is called Black Tuesday, which is about the Battle of Arnhem. I love the film Bridge Too Far, which is from the 1970s.
Right.
I've not seen it.
It's got Sean Connery in it. It's got Laurence Olivier in it. It's got Robert Redford. It's got Ryan O'Neal.
Robert Redford.
It's got there we are. It's got Dirk Bogarde. It's got oh God, it's like Anthony Hopkins. It's absolutely star-studded.
God.
Well, I've not seen that.
And it's
God.
it's a long one. It's
That's
about
all right.
3 hours long.
Got you.
And
the kids are
Bridge-
going to bed. The
Bridge
kids are going to
Too
their own
Far.
beds now.
A bridge too far.
The kids are going to their
Too
own
Far.
beds. We've got time now
Right.
for movies, haven't we? Did you know a little factoid? You'll probably know this. You know the movie Saving Private Ryan?
Yes.
Do you know that? They put all of the cast through vigorous military training apart from Matt Damon so that they would all low-key hate him.
Yeah.
Because they had to go all the way across to rescue him, didn't they?
Yeah.
So they had to have a built-in hatred for this little prick that they were rescuing who was getting away with
But
murder.
you know what? I once I love these stories, right? So I once worked with Ted Danson a really long time ago.
Oh, wow.
Right? He came on my old talk show a long time ago, and he'd just been doing Curb Your Enthusiasm, right?
Yeah.
And he said that what Larry David did when on that was he told everyone to be. So he had a whole thing with all the crews going, oh, fucking Ted Danson here again. What is his problem? I'm fucking sick of this guy. And he got the whole crew grumbling about Ted Danson, right? Because that's the vibe in the show.
Yeah,
It's like, him again, right? And basically, Ted would come on set and Larry go, oh, nothing like that, right? And
That's unreal.
And Ted
So
would be
method.
going, what's going on? What's going on? Larry goes, oh, nothing, don't worry about it. We're just talking some technical stuff. And basically what it was is, all the time when Ted was around, he'd be slagging him off to someone. Going,
hilarious.
Because that was the vibe
that
of
was
the
the
show.
vibe he wanted on camera.
But I love that though, because that
This is
makes
brilliant,
it so
isn't it?
much more real.
So
though.
he
That's
made the
great.
entire crew method.
He had the whole
Great.
crew on it, yeah.
That's
Everyone
brilliant.
method.
Yeah. So
Unreal.
someone brings him a coffee, he's going, "What do you fucking Ted Danson? I'm fucking sick of this guy. What do you think?" Oh yeah, Larry, I don't like him either. Really,
I love
funny.
that. No, I love that. That's why it's so successful though.
Yeah, and you can't see. We've actually got loads of people working here behind the scenes of this. We all did that about you before you
Yeah,
came.
fair. That's fair.
Did you
Totally
feel
fair.
it?
I completely fair.
We
fair.
did.
So they've all worked with me. Most of them worked with me before, and they know exactly what they're in for.
Do